Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Light back with another YouTube video. In today's video, we're going to be doing my dream Teen Titans lineup, or I guess who I think should be in the Teen Titans, I guess. So I recently did this with the Suicide Squad, and I was just like, why not? Let's do a Teen Titans one. I'm thinking about doing some more of these videos with like the Avengers, the X-Men, Justice League, just to name a few off the top of my head. But there's many more teams as well. So yeah, I guess let's go over the Teen Titans. I guess. Let me start by saying that Teen Titans is really well represented. Well, in my opinion, it's represented all decently in media from Teen Titans, the like 2005 show or something like that. The DC animated universe, and Teen Titans Go is something completely different. I'm not even gonna talk about that, but at least it mainstays some characters. Oh yeah, and the Titan show, the adult show. So I guess let's get into this. I'm gonna start by saying characters that completely always have to be in it. They have to be, like, they cannot be cut out the script or anything like that. They will absolutely have to be. So, and then I'll just move into like more of mainstay characters or characters that are usually in it or that I would like to see or whatever. So yeah, I guess let's get into this. Uh, First one right off the bat, Robin. Now, to be honest with you, it kind of doesn't matter what Robin it is, other than Jason Todd. Like, you can't have Jason Todd as Robin. Well, you can have him, but like, I feel it's kind of off with Teen Titans. Like, majority of the time it's Dick Grayson or Tim Drake. Most of the time it's Tim Drake, but Nightwing is just there, but he's like an optional member. Damian Wayne's in the animated movie universe. He's the Robin in the Teen Titans, but in Usual Things it's usually Dick Grayson. But again, like I just mentioned, sometimes it's Red Robin leading them. At least in the comics, it's Red Robin leading them with like Nightwing to the side, kind of optional. So really, when it comes down to it, it just doesn't matter between Dick, Tim Drake. Some cases, Damian Wayne. Personally, I much rather just see either Tim Drake or Dick Grayson. But it also depends. I'll get into it after. Next one would probably be again Starfire. Now she's another mainstay Teen Titans member. Has to be in there. She's just always a member. She's never like cut out or anything like that. So unless she's dead or something, that's a different story. But most part, you must have her in here. That she's a mainstay. Starfire. Next one is going to be Raven. Now Raven, actually, this could depend. Like, again, I'll explain how it could depend later. But Raven's another kind of mainstay. Like, she's always in it at least one point. But sometimes she leaves, or like something happens, or she dies or something. I don't know. Uh, that could happen. So she's another one. But like sometimes she leaves the Teen Titans, but like most part she's in it all the time. So she's another mainstay. Next up we have Beast Boy. Now Beast Boy is another mainstay. Like, he's always in Beast. He's always in the Teen Titans. But I'll get into it when it depends. Just now, so yeah, there's something key detail with Beast Boy as well. Beast Boy, he's in like everything again. Another mainstay member. Like, these guys are known for the Teen Titans, Raven, Starfire, and of course Beast Boy. They're all known for the Titans. So yeah, now let me talk about where it depends, because you see, it could depend. Like, for example, it depends very much on age. Now, this is a good example. Starfire and Dick Grayson usually have a relationship, and not Tim Drake and Starfire. So that's something to keep in mind as well, is because that happens, as well as sometimes Beast Boy and Raven have a relationship. Who knows? Uh, So that's something clear cut as well. Is that can happen. Uh, so yeah, that happens. And I'm also trying to say this as well. This is not. I'm not talking about Young Justice here as well. That's. I don't know if you don't really consider them Teen Titans, even though it kind of give off Teen Titans vibes, but they're not Teen Titans. So just want to make sure that's clear as well. So yeah, like it depends on the age because sometimes if Dick Grayson's Nightwing, usually it makes Starfire older. For example, like in the Titans adult show, that's the case, or in the DC animated universe, that's the case again. And then, yeah, again, like you don't never make Beast Boy older. Same with Raven, unless they are purposely older. Uh, yeah, and then you never make those two older, ever. Uh, Robin, usually you always have a Robin though. You not just have Nightwing. That's something else I have to clear up as well. You never just have Nightwing leading them. Even though you might be like, oh, in the Titans adult animated show, uh, there's no Robin technically because Nightwing's there. Well, Robin was technically Robin for like the first couple seasons there, but then he transitioned to Nightwing, and I believe we're getting another Robin. So that's something else to be keep in mind there as well. But it could be temporary. I'm not talking about forever. So yeah. Uh, so that's another thing as well with these characters is their age, or you just make them straight up all teenagers, like of course the Teen Titans animated show from a while ago. You just keep them all teenagers, or maybe even make the character I'm about to mention older. So yeah, let's go into the kind of they're usually in it. Like majority of the time they're in it, but like you can skip on without them. We're gonna talk about Cyborg, Wally West, and Wonder Girl, or Donna Troy, if you need to know, and Superboy. So let's go through all these characters. Wally West is usually in it, but again, like it kind of differs as well because Wally West ends up becoming the actual Flash, so he doesn't have time to be around the Teen Titans all the time. So that's that's something else as well. Again, Wally West, it depends, but Wallace West, who's different, may I say, he's usually there as well. So it's difficult to explain with his character. But like you could simply just pass on without him. To be honest with you guys, like he's not in like any of these Teen Titans media at all, or he was originally in the movie universe, the earlier version. Next up will be Cyborg. Cyborg is a difficult case because originally he was meant for the Teen Titans, and he's usually a mainstay. Like he's in a lot of Titans media as well, except for there's a few instances where he's there. But another thing to mention as well is in the New 52, I believe, or the Rebirth, they reimagined Cyborg as more of an adult that actually is a founding member of the Justice League. So that's interesting to play in the story as well. Just because the fact that Cyborg was originally created for the Titans and now he's with the Justice League, that complicates things a little bit more, as well as him being an adult. And these past few recent shows, Cyborg hasn't really been too much in the Titans, or they make him older and more of like an advisor slash guardian for them. Uh, like for example, in the movie universe, that's what happens. The animated movie universe. In Titans, for example, they skip on without him. And then in the animated shows, he's there, and he's like, I don't know if he's the exact same age as them. I'm not too sure though. But yeah, he's there as well. So yeah. So some would consider him mainstay. Like I consider him more of a Teen Titans member than Wally West, for example, or Kid Flash, if that makes it easier. So yeah. The next character I was talking about was uh was actually Arsenal. Yeah, I guess we'll talk about Arsenal real quick, or that's his name, but in the thing he calls him Speedy. So yeah, pretty much Speedy. He's another one. He's it actually depends as well because we saw him in, like, for example, Young Justice. He was there, but he ended up quitting the team, and we've seen him a few times in other shows. He's a bit different as well because he gets kind of like a Red Hood kind of arc where he kind of like he has a very Jason Todd kind of personality. That's something as well to mention. Uh, yes, so that's something else as well to mention is he entirely depends on what age these guys are. Like if it's like the age like this, the way I'm showing in this photo, he wouldn't be here. Because he would be Arsenal. Oh yeah, my apologies. I was talking about Wonder Girl, and Superboy. So yeah, Wonder Girl again. It kind of depends. Like she's not a mainstay. I'm gonna be honest, with you guys. She's barely been a mainstay. Um, yeah. So she's another member. I guess she's like another mainstay kind of. But again, like these shows and stuff, movies and stuff, they've been all going out without her, except for Titans. Which spoiler, she ends up dying. So that's something else. Uh, yeah. I'm getting fresh from time, so sorry if I rush a bit, but yeah, let's go Superboy now. Superboy, he's sometime-ish, to be honest with you guys. Uh, Usually if he's around, you usually put him in the Titans. You don't like if he's not around, you, you don't really mention him or anything. So that's something else as well. With Superboy, like he's in the Titan show. He's not in the movie universe or the shows. So that's one thing as well. Like you can go on without him completely fine. Story doesn't change, whatever. He's usually just there, to be honest with you guys. But yeah. And there's like so many characters. Let's just, I guess, go in with some of these more lesser known ones. Like we got Blue Beetle, Aqua and Aqualad. These guys, if they're around, they usually go with the Titans. If they aren't, they're or they mature or whatever, they usually leave. Like Blue Beetle, he wasn't never originally in the Titans. Like he was never a character that was put in there. He was more just, I think in the rebirth they decided to like add him to the Teen Titans, which is actually perfectly reasonable because especially because Cyborg is much older, so I think that's the main reason as well. Like he takes up to kind of the more cyborg kind of role in the Teen Titans. I think that's why as well they made Cyborg more of a Justice League member than per se the Teen Titans with Blue Beetle because there's really no point in him the both of them being on the same team. In all honesty, so yeah, uh, that's another reason. But he's like a teenager, so it would make perfect sense. Next one would be Aqualad. Aqualad is a different case, to be honest with you guys. Uh, just from the fact that Aqualad is usually like sidekicking around, similar to how like Robin is with Batman most of the time. Aqualad's mostly around Atlantis with Aquaman or whatever, or Mira or whoever. So that's another thing as well, because Aqualad is sometimes in the Teen Titans, but again he like grows up and he stays more to with Aquaman and Atlantis than he stays with the Teen Titans. But you eventually see him, like for example, Nightwing grows older, but he stays around with the Teen Titans. Same with Starfire, but per se like Wally West, he doesn't stay around for too long. Same with Aqualad and all of them in Arsenal and whatever. So yeah, that's really all I'm gonna cover really for the members and stuff. There's of course way more members like Terra, a whole lot of different members, but like I'll judge by the time the likes and stuff, and I'll update with this with the part two. But I guess let's just go through my team real quick. I guess let's actually form my team. So I would pick Tim Drake Robin, and I would pick Starfire, of course. I would have Nightwing kind of in the shadows a bit, out of Beast Boy and Raven. And I would have Blue Beetle, maybe even Superboy. I think that's a pretty good combination. Maybe Wonder Girl a little bit, maybe even like Cyborg coming around a bit. That's what my ideal team would look like. Uh, yeah. So that's what my ideal team would look like. But in some cases, I wouldn't mind seeing like the old animated show. Like I grew up with that, and I really enjoyed it, which was like Dick Grayson, Starfire, Beast Boy, Cyborg, and Raven. That was pretty good. But I'm just giving my opinion, my input on my team that I would select. Anyways, comment down below who's your like favorite Titans members. Who would you pick for your own team? Whatever. But anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.